Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Fox Sports.
A pair of rookies have led Tampa Bay's charge versus the Chicago White Sox. On Friday, Joey Butler's 3-hit, 2 RBI night propelled the Rays to a 7-5 win. Then yesterday, Steven Souza Jr. took over in the 8th inning with a game-tying RBI single, then stole second and hustled home on Jake Elmore's infield hit as the Rays rallied for the win. Today, the Rays go for the sweep against White Sox ace Chris Sale. After taking the first 2 games of this series, the Rays have won 10 of their last 14. They moved into a virtual tie for first place in the American League East. Technically, one very tiny percentage point behind the New York Yankees. And today we have game 3 of this series between the Rays and the Chicago White Sox. Hi again, everyone, with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Good to have you looking in today. Well, the Rays are going for the sweep, and all that would stand between them and that sweep is the tall, strong left-hander Chris Sale.
Yeah, and it's a pretty formidable target right now for the Rays. You look at Chris Sale, he's on a similar run that Chris Archer was on coming into yesterday's ballgame. His last 3 starts, he's getting deep in each one, at least 7 innings pitched. The 3-0 record, all wins. The ERA, 1 earned run in 22 2/3 innings to go along with the 39 strikeouts, and he features 3+ pitches. The 4-seamer that he's been riding up in the zone, that wipeout slider, and a very good changeup. And
really what he is, the White Sox left-handed version of the Rays' Chris Archer lately. So it will be Sale with a record of 6-2 and a 3.04 earned run average, going up against Rays right-hander Nathan Carnes, who is 3-3 with a 386 earned run mark. Well, the Rays playing this year now with 16 rookies on this team, and I guess it's only fitting that a couple of those rookie hitters in Butler and Souza Jr. would be leading the way. TK takes a look at the rookie bats in a moment.
ready in their Sunday blues as the Rays take on the White Sox, looking for a sweep this afternoon. You know, with 16 rookies so far used by Kevin Cash and the Rays, you would hope you would get contributions from a few of them. And the Rays have done more than get contributions. They have two of the best rookie producers in the last month in baseball. In fact, in our Toyota trend, as you can see in the last month, Joey Butler leads all rookies in batting average and doubles, 387 and 9. Steven Souza Jr. leads all rookies in home runs and in RBIs with 7 and 15. I know that pleases their hitting coach, Derek Shelton, and here are his comments about the duo.
With Joey especially, because of the fact that it's a guy that came up from the minor leagues. Our scouting department did a good job. Guy we signed as a 6-year free agent, but he's been huge for us in the middle of the order. And then Sue's, with some big at-bats. Last night, a huge at-bat, battled, I think it was a 9-pitch at-bat with a big hit. So it's nice to see young kids do that.
So we'll see if they stay on that roll today against a very tough left-hander in Chris Sale. The Rays are 7-0 in their last 7 against lefty starters, but facing the kid out of Lakeland who has been lights out his last few. We're 3 minutes and 20 seconds away from the first pitch. Enjoy all the action next on Sun Sports.
Come in with 34 wins and 29 losses. And they send the right-hander Nathan Carnes to the mound today, looking to win their 3rd straight from the Chicago White Sox. And we'll take a look at the starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Adam Eaton's going to lead it off, followed by Alexi Ramirez and then Jose Abreu at first base today with Adam LaRoche, the DH. Avisaíl Garcia is in right. Melky Cabrera in left. Gordon Beckham in third. Carlos Sanchez will hit 8th and play second base. Tyler Flowers behind the plate hitting 9th against Carnes. Eaton starts the day hitting .240. First pitch of this game comes in upstairs. First pitch presented by Pinch-A-Penny. A strike on the inner part. 1-1.
And Nathan Karns just happy to be facing somebody other than the Angels. His last 2 starts were against the Los Angeles Angels. Gave up 4 earned runs in both of them.
It's foul out of play.
And that's really only significant because he had gone into those 2 starts of giving up. He had 2 earned or fewer in the previous 6. So he was on quite the roll. Angels had his number.
Got a no decision out in Los Angeles and a loss his last time. There's a base hit out of the reach of Forsythe, and Eaton is aboard to start the ball game.
Well, let's take a quick look at the Rays defense and see how it's going to line up this afternoon. In the outfield left to right, we have Joey Butler, Brandon Guyer, and Steven Souza Jr. Across the infield third to first, Evan Longoria, Asdrubal Cabrera, Logan Forsythe, and Jake Elmore with Rene Rivera behind the plate.
Now Alexi Ramirez in the second spot, hitting .235. The pitch is a strike around the knees. Fastball starting the at bat for Ramirez. White Sox start the day 14th in the league in runs scored. The liner into left. That will be caught by Butler. And Eaton retreats to first.
Well, and they've come out today here swinging the bats. A line drive by Adam Eaton. That ball well struck by Alexi Ramirez. And you know this is a desperate team, having lost the first 2 games, the manner in which they lost them, with their ace going to the mound. So there'll be an extra bounce in the step here for this lineup. And Nathan Karns is going to have to be sharp.
Yeah, the White Sox have dropped to 5th in the AL Central. They're 6.5 back at 28 and 32.
Boy, this was
curveball misses.
And this was a team that, you know, in their offseason, a lot of turnover, brought in some players, really thought that they could contend in this division, not liking where they are. You see that.
They actually thought that they would be at the exact opposite end of those standings, fully expecting coming out of spring training that they would contend, and their hearts felt as if they should be the favorite.
Well, over the first 2.5 months of the season, it's been sloppy baseball. And yesterday, kind of a microcosm of their season.
Ball 3 to Abreu. You know, you look down in the middle part of their order, there's some impressive hitters, but look at the runs scored department where they are. Only Seattle scoring fewer runs than the White Sox, and a big part of that, when you look at the top of the order, the on-base percentage today, Eaton leading off at .296, Ramirez second. His on-base percentage is .253, and then you've got a solid run producer in Jose Abreu, but you wonder about the opportunities. And there's ball 4. He walks on 4 pitches.
You know, we were talking about this yesterday, and when you look at this lineup, like you said, on-base percentage issues, they're at the, you know, near the bottom of the league in opportunities with runners in scoring position. They have the fewest, tied for the fewest home runs in the American League. So you don't have a lot of opportunities with runners out there at second or third. You're not hitting home runs. You don't draw that many walks. Well, it's going to be tough to score runs. There's no doubt about it.
Here's Adam LaRoche, the designated hitter. He's batting .241, but has been on an upward trend. And Karns misses with a fastball up and away. It's 1-0. Abreu walked. He's at first. Eaton pushed up to second after the leadoff single. 1-1 off speed.
I think that changeup is going to be important today for Nathan Karns. You saw the swing that Adam Eaton got on his curveball. It's a very good pitch, but this Chicago lineup well aware of its effectiveness, so the changeup should come into play today.
It's a foul out of play. 1-2. Well, Karns pitched against the White Sox last year in September. Gave up 3 hits. 2 of those to the hitter on deck, Garcia. Gave up 6 runs, 5 hits, 3 home runs. And there's strike 3 call. So he gets the fastball in for out number 2.
And that pitch was set up by the previous 2 changeups. And then all of a sudden he comes to the same location with a good firm fastball, and Adam LaRoche just locks up.
So with 2 outs and 2 men on, here's Garcia, who hit those 2 home runs last September off Nathan Karns. That was in a 10-5 loss. And an opening breaking ball for a strike. Garcia 0 for 4 last night and 1 for 4 in the first game of this series. Curveball again and a wave and a miss.
Very nice job there by Nathan Karns. The curveball for a strike, and then he takes this one and takes it below the zone. Garcia thinks that he's on that, and he's got a good read on it. A little bit short, and now 0-2.
Two on, 2 out. 2 strikes, the count on the hitter. And the fly ball into right off another breaking ball. And Souza makes the catch. 2 men left. They do not score, and we go to the Rays half of the first. Take a look at their starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Brandon Geyer in center leading off, followed by Joey Butler and then Evan Longoria. Logan Forsythe, the cleanup hitter. Steven Souza Jr. in right, hitting 5th in front of Asdrubal Cabrera, then Jake Elmore, Nick Franklin, and Rene Rivera. And Chris Sale, tall left-hander and a big wingspan out there. First pitch in a bit, 1 ball, no strikes, fastball, mid-90s to start the day.
And you see the season numbers right there, but right now Chris Sale throwing the ball as well as he has probably in his career. I mean, you go. We highlighted his last 3 starts. If you go to his last 6, he's gone at least 7. In fact, he's gone 8 innings in 4 of the 6. He has double-digit strikeouts in 5 of the 6.
Well, we talked about Archer and what he had done and things that had never been done before. And this guy's doing things that greats like Sandy Koufax did. Foul back 1-2.
Well, and you can see with his arm angle, you know, Chris Sale said that when he was growing up, I didn't miss a start that Randy Johnson made. And you can see the similarities with the pitching style, tall, lanky lefty with the electric stuff.
2-2.
Said that he wanted to mimic and follow Randy Johnson's lead with those mechanics, and he really has done a great job.
Fly ball short center. Eaton's going to have a drop in front of him. And Geyer's aboard.
Let's take a quick look at the Chicago White Sox defense as it lines up this afternoon. In the outfield, left to right, we have Melky Cabrera, Adam Eaton, and Aviseo Garcia. Across the infield, third to first, Gordon Beckham, Alexi Ramirez, Carlos Sanchez, and Jose Abreu, with Tyler Flowers back behind the plate.
Now it's Joey Butler. Geyer opening with the base hit. Pitch he takes too high, 1-0. Sale, along with Sandy Koufax, the only major league pitchers since 1900 to put together 3 consecutive starts of 12 or more strikeouts, allowing 1 or no runs. So that's how good he's been.
And if you go back to his last 4 starts, he's had double digits in all 4, and it's increased each one. 4 starts ago, it was 10 strikeouts. Then it was 12, then 13. Last start, 14. Where will it end?
Two 2-0 the count on Butler. And there is ball 3 at 95. There you go. Well, you put your name next to him as a pitcher. It's hard to get any better than that.
No. How about Sandy Koufax? How about the innings, though? 3 straight, 3 times 9,
there you
7.
Yep. And ball 4 straight pitches and a walk. So Sale allowing a walk here to Butler, the second man he faced when he pitched against Houston. His last time out gave up just 1 walk, had 14 strikeouts, and 1 run allowed on 5 hits in 8 innings. 2 men on with nobody out here for the Rays in the bottom of the first. Well, you get the feeling if you get a couple runners in the first off him, good idea to cash in, because you don't know when the next opportunity is going to present itself.
Yeah, you do not want a pitcher at this elite level of ability to get settled in. So when you get the opportunity, especially early, you got to cash in.
Evan Longoria, 1 of 8 in his career against Sale. And he takes that pitch down and in.
Well, and right now the release point just not there. Some of these misses, the last 5 pitches, have not been that close. And so you can start to zone in a little bit. You know that he wants a strike, so start looking in your hot spot.
A cut and a miss. A couple of changeups. The first one missed. He went right back there with it, thinking of the mindset of the hitter in this situation.
Take advantage of the aggressiveness of a hitter, and you can do that with that pitch with his arm speed.
And again, a cut and a miss. Change up one more time, and it's great. And you're right about the arm speed. Here's a guy who throws 95, 96 easily, and he gives you the same look, but then you get that.
He's one of only 3 pitchers in the big leagues that have 3 separate pitches with a swing and miss rate above 15%. The changeup, the four-seamer, and the slider. And that changeup, that's a pitch that he's really had to develop. Good fastball, good slider, but has had to develop that changeup because guess what? Most teams are throwing out right-handed hitting lineups against him. And so you need something moving away from those hitters.
Yeah, he doesn't give up much to lefties. And so all the lineups are right-handed. Longoria stays alive. Still a ball and 2 strikes. He hasn't given up a home run to a left-handed hitter since September of 2012.
Wow. Were we in 15? Goodness.
Swing and a miss. Longoria got behind on the changeups and strikes out on the fastball.
Yeah, and he gets a lot of his strikeouts with that fastball. He's been doing a better job of elevating it as he does right here. Just so tough to catch up to from that arm angle. And that ball up around the letters.
Here's Logan Forsythe. Single and a walk, 2 men on, 1 out. It's a ball to Forsythe. Strike called by Dan Isanya. One and 2. How about that?
Okay. Frisbee.
Well.
And by the way, this isn't even one of the good ones, but still impressive.
Stays wide. 2 and 2. Well, a guy who can throw easily 95, 96, and you're in a situation where you find yourself needing to cover both sides of the plate sometimes with his changeup and the slider. And then, oh yes, there's the fastball.
Well, just like he did with Evan Longoria and Dwayne, they call it, it's like the Chris Sale pyramid. And so if you can imagine a pyramid, at the top you've got the fastball elevated, and then all of a sudden one side of it is the slider down and in to the right-handed hitter, and then on the other side is the changeup down and away. And that's really what you have to cover, is that pyramid.
And up a bit with that one. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sonia hearing something from the White Sox dugout on that last pitch. So a full count to Forsythe. Runners go. The pitch lifted to the right side into foul territory. Abreu down toward the bullpen, and he's got it for the out. The runners return. 2 gone now with men still at first and second.
Well, and this is what the great ones do. They get themselves into a little bit of trouble, and all of a sudden they dial it up. And that's what he did with Evan Longoria. Made a tough pitch there, a full count changeup to Logan Forsythe to get the pop out. And now is 1 out away from getting out of this first and second nobody out jam.
Steven Souza Jr. getting a look here at Chris Sale. Swings and lifts a popper short left. Ramirez backpedaling out from shortstop. That retires the side. Rays lead 2. On to the second. No score. Toyota, let's go places. By Checkers, get Checkers authentic Philly cheesesteak or try the new meatball sub. Pick yours, 2 for $5. And by Morgan Auto Group. Flag Day today all across the United States.
And Dwayne, you well represented. A good representative of Flag Day with your tie. I hope people picked up on that.
Here is Melky Cabrera leading off, and the pitch is a strike.
How about that?
Since 1777 on this day. Second Continental Congress said we're going to adopt this as the flag.
And a sweet flag it is.
Longoria takes care of Melky Cabrera on the off-speed pitch. One away here in the second. Well, through the years, it's worked out pretty well since the Continental Congress put that into motion. Here's Gordon Beckham. And a strike call. Beckham hitting .230, playing third base today. He's been back and forth between second and third. 1-1. Beckham, a former first-round pick. Fouls it back, and it's 1-2 right now. He is 0 for 21, and the Rays are hoping to keep that streak going, and he can break it on the next stop for the White Sox. Two and two. Fastball upstairs that time.
Well, that pitch right there, what that sets up, you go up with that fastball 1-2, no chase, come right back with that hook.
Pop foul, that's headed straight back. Out of play.
You start to raise a hitter's eye level, and they start looking for that pitch out there belt high with that four-seam spin. With his style of curveball and how much depth he gets with it, plays off it nicely.
And he comes back with that pitch, and Beckham lays off to run the count full.
And I guarantee you, Nathan Carnes, his first thought, just like I think mine was, how do you lay off that pitch like he did? Like he knew it was coming.
Line drive, and that's going to be a hit. Rolling down to the 3:15 marker. And Beckham with a 1-out double snaps his 0 for 21.
You know, and it's not even that he took the curveball. It's the manner in which he took it. He spit on that like, yep, I see that coming a mile away. And then he waits for this pitch, and boy, all over it. That was a really good at-bat there by Gordon Beckham.
So for the second straight inning, the White Sox have a man in scoring position. 1 on, 1 out. Carlos Sanchez. Pitch is wide. Ball 1 strike. Missing the fastball, Sanchez. Ground ball right side, that's going to go through. Susan will make the pickup. Beckham's going to try to score the throw out in front of the plate. Throw down to second, and Sanchez is out there. But the White Sox get a run. It's 1-0. Sanchez with a single into right and cut down trying to move up to second.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play, Dwayne, by Rene Rivera, because Steven Souza Jr. is going to airmail the cutoff man here, trying to make a play at home plate. He comes up firing, and as soon as Sanchez sees that, he takes off towards second. But did you see Rene Rivera come out, close ground, knew he didn't have a play at home plate, so catch that ball and immediately get out to second base.
Two outs, base is empty for the catcher, Flowers, and he takes the curveball for a strike. Sanchez, the number 8 hitter, driving in his 6th run. Down to third. Montgomery on the move, takes care of Flowers. A run, 2 hits, nobody left. 1-0 Chicago. Second of the Rays coming in to hit. And today's game is being broadcast on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving around the world on land and on ships at sea. We salute you and wish you a speedy recovery home.
Well, I know a large contingent who's also a big fan of the flag tie.
Yes.
Right. AFN.
Yeah, absolutely.
The servicemen and women watching this game love that tie.
Well, they are heroes, each and every one of them. And we wish them all the safety and return to their families and friends as soon as possible. As Jubal Cabrera takes the first pitch, it's a changeup. And it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Upstairs. Well, Sale working with a 1-run lead. His earned run average is 3. So at some point or another, he gives up a run or two once in a while. And the Rays have all afternoon to try to see if they can somehow solve him.
Here's the one downside. Maybe this will be one of those games that he's due for, but we mentioned those last 6 starts.
Yeah, not too much against him in any of those.
7 earned total in the last 6 starts, all of which he's gone at least 7 innings, and in 4 of them at least 8. So you just hope that first inning opportunity does not go by the wayside and come back to haunt him.
So the count is full. The fastball fouled straight back. Cut and a miss. He threw the fastball right by him. That's 96, 3-2. And he unleashes the fastball. T-Mobile game changer. No strikeouts by a lefty since 2012. Clayton Kershaw tops that list. And then comes Chris Sale and David Price third. Jake Elmore takes ball 1 on a fastball. One. Elmore starting the day at 286. Lifts it into center. Eaton started back and now comes back in a couple steps for that one. 2 gone.
Well, you need to get some mistakes from Chris Sale. He's had a couple of deep counts here already, a walk. You know, that's where he's really elevated his game too, is limiting walks. He came in averaging just over 2 walks per 9 innings with those 3 really elite pitches, and he's got about a 20-mile-an-hour spread in between them. The changeup, the slider, and then the fastball working your way up the ladder.
And giving up 17 walks all year coming into this one. That covered 11 starts in 74 innings. 1-0 to Nick Franklin. 1-1, the changeup. Another one wide, 2 balls and a strike. So we've seen that changeup pretty prevalent already here in the first couple innings.
Another one right there.
And in a row here to Franklin.
Yeah, and you can expect that, you know, being all these right-handed hitters that you're going to face, that he would be changeup heavy, and that would limit somewhat his slider usage.
Swing and a miss. Boy, he gets to 2 strikes. That one in at 96. 1-2-3 go the Rays. 1-0 Chicago. this month will be Family Fun Photo Sunday. Brought to you by H.H. Gregg. Submit the best photo of you and your family at a Rays game or watching a Rays game by using the hashtag Sunday Fun Day Rays. We'll select the best photo and feature it in the post-game show. Top of the order, Adam Eaton. He takes the first pitch. That's a strike. Fastball from Carnes. Two. Carnes at 3-3, and he draws the matchup of Chris Sale. He's had 4 other starts when he's left with a lead. He's 3-3, but you know, if you win 2 or 3 of those, suddenly you're 5-3, 6-3. You win them all, you're 7-3.
And he's given consistent performances. You know, I mean, this was a guy that was heading out to spring training hoping to vie for the 5th spot in the rotation.
It was going to be Carnes and Colomé to
That's right.
battle it out. Colomé got the late start, then got pneumonia.
You know, he ends up starting the 2nd game of the season. Was skipped over for 1 start, but he's made all the starts. He's kept the Rays in just about every single game he's pitched in. Even the ones that didn't go so well, the team was still in the game. He's the only guy I know that when you look at the games that he's pitched in that the Rays have won versus the games that he's pitched in where the Rays have lost, his ERA is higher in the games they won than it is when they've lost. You never see that.
2-2.
And what that does is it speaks to consistency of performance more than anything.
Well, in the games that they had get away, you know, he had pitched deep into those games, comparatively speaking. Swing and a miss. Eaton is out on strikeout number 2. Had him out in front. And a lead on the Yankees in a game in April, pitching into the 6th. Left the game leading 4-2. A couple of games, close games against Baltimore, 2-0 and 1-0 when he left. And those games turned out to be losses, and another one against the Angels. Strike 1 to Alexei Ramirez. Well, here's the way we stand right now in the American League East. The Yankees and the Rays in a virtual tie. The Yankees have a percentage of .541 and the Rays .540, but up by a game over the Blue Jays, who just continue to win. The Orioles have put together a little winning streak as well. They're only 2 back, and the Red Sox 7.
I mean, it's truly the objects in mirror are closer than they appear.
1-2. And the top 4 teams in the division separated by only 2 games. Looper into shallow center, falling for a base hit. Souza cuts in front of Geyer to make the pickup. And Ramirez has a 1-out single.
How about that? First at bat, he smokes a ball to left field for nothing, and then that little bloop, and he gets a base hit. Well, this game works sometimes.
And here is Jose Abreu. Abreu walked his first time on 4 pitches. And takes this one out of the zone. He had 2 hits, a run batted in, and a run scored last night, and a 2-run home run here Friday night to go with a base hit.
He's had 2 hits in 4 straight games, at least 2 hits in 4 straight games. And so he is the guy you earmark. You do not let him beat you.
Well, we've seen how strong he is We saw that last year early on in Chicago, and then we saw him hit the home run in the 7th inning Friday night here to the opposite field down the right field line.
On a ball that was letter high and a few inches off the plate, to go out and get that and keep it fair, hit it hard enough that you knocked some of the slice out of it right off the foul pole. That was at one of the more impressive home runs we've seen.
Runner at first. It's Ramirez, one away. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball, and the throw will not be in time. And Ramirez got a pretty good jump on Carnes that time to steal second base. He's 8 out of 10 running.
Yeah, this team does not run that much or that effectively for the most part. Alexi Ramirez, maybe their best base stealer at 8 out of 10. And you're right, a good jump, and there wasn't much Rene Rivera could do.
They're only 20 out of 38 as a team.
And it's a coin flip almost. So then add that to no home runs, bad on base percentage, not many opportunities with scoring position, and you don't run well.
That's a strike. It's 2-2.
You start to paint that picture.
Yep. That's why they're 14th in the league in runs scored. They got a run in the 2nd inning and a threat here in the 3rd. Now with Ramirez at second and Abreu at the plate. Count holds at 2-2. Another look at that home run down the right field line Friday night.
Pitch location and then where it ends up. It still doesn't make any sense. It does not compute.
And he missed down. So a full count.
Well, you hate to say base open here, but nothing too good. Runner in scoring position, and Abreu just too good of a hitter.
And he breaks his bat on the roller down to 3rd. He's out at first. Ramirez has to stay at 2nd.
Well, that ball got in on him, and it looked to be a changeup. A changeup that just kind of took off and able to jam Abreu. That's a big out. That's exactly what that is, a changeup that gets in.
Boy, it's a real relief when you see a guy that strong take that swing to end an at bat. Adam LaRoche, that's a strike, a fastball. White Sox have had men in scoring position in each of the first 3 innings. That curveball had some good bite to it down and in.
And Nathan Carnes really spins that curveball and gets on top of it. There's no hump. And that spin, it's tough for a hitter to make a quick judgment on it. And that's why you see a lot of swings and misses. Just not sure of what they're seeing until it's too late.
0-2. Foul ball.
But I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of that spike curveball where you're spinning it over just one finger instead of 2. And that seems to be the style now that guys really like to go with. It's such an effective pitch. You can spin it so much tighter than the other way. And Carnes has a good one.
White Sox left 2 men on in the first. They got a run home in the 2nd. 2 outs. Ramirez at second base in the third. And the count to LaRoche is 0-2. He got him. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Cards, and we go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Chicago. Big brothers, big sisters providing children facing adversity like Tavares with relationships that change their lives forever. The Rays provide more than $100,000 in matching support for the organization and activities for bigs and littles. How do you raise up? One strike to count to Rene Rivera, who fouls this one back. 2. Big check there to big brothers, big sisters. Chris Archer and Rays president Brian Auld involved. Still a 2-strike count to Rene Rivera. Did not go. C.B. Buckner confirms that, and the count is 1-2 strikes. Rivera to be followed by the top of the order, Brandon Guyer and Joey Butler. Tapper left side. Beckham with time makes the play. And Rivera is the first out. We go back around to the top of the order, and a reminder in the game today and all season long, Tires Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports. Steven Souza Jr. leading the team with 12 home runs. And Guyer is hit by a pitch. On that first pitch, Guyer led off the first with a base hit on again, and there was no getting away from this one.
No, that just pulled in, gets the left hamstring. And Brandon Guyer will take his base. Well, this is that actually is newsworthy with Chris Sale, because this has been his best year as far as first pitch strikes go, and just 2 out of 10. Not good.
Big cut and a miss. Butler trying to gear up for the fastball. Strike one. Two.
Look at Joey
Playing
Butler.
hardball.
Yeah, and look at, he's right there ready. I mean, he's already got his hands like, let's go.
I'll tell you, I love his approach at the plate, and love how he always is in a ready position. And you'd better be.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, he stays right there, that's for sure. Geyer back in. Geyer at first base. That's the 8th time this year he's been hit by a pitch.
You know, he stands right up on the plate and really never concedes. Not like he could there. That ball's going to hit him regardless, but he's not afraid to lean into one.
It's 2-2.
You get some of these hitters up there that are close to the plate, but they're, you know, sprawling to get out of way of pitches. Brandon Geyer holds his ground, and if you do that, guess what? You're going to get hit.
Tapper to third, charged by Beckham, bobbles it and cannot make the play. So Geyer moves into second, and Butler hustling down the line at first, and the Rays have another first and second situation. This one coming in the third.
Well, that little hesitation, that little pause as Gordon Beckham was charging that ball, that had trouble written all over it. And what was, you don't want to say that that's a routine play for a third baseman, but he certainly was going to get a hop that favored a charge, make the play, throw him out at first base, but he was not able to corral it. And now, same situation as the first. You got runners at first and second. Now with 1 out, Evan Longoria gets another crack at it.
Evan got behind 1 and 2, and Sale struck him out on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball in the first. And there's a strike.
Oh, and Evan did not like that call at all. Tyler Flowers was set up in. That ball was up and away from him, and he caught it outside of his body. You see a lot of that at the top of the zone. You normally don't get the call.
There goes Geyer, and this one down around Longoria's feet, skipping to the backstop. And trailing into second was Butler. So Geyer was breaking on that pitch, which could make that a stolen base.
Boy, a very good pitch to run on, a slider down and in that gets away from Flowers. Boy, aggressive. Only 1 stolen base this year off of Sale.
That's a stolen base and a wild pitch. Geyer gets credit for the steal, and Butler advances on the wild pitch. It's foul the other way, taking the count to 1 and 2.
Yeah, very aggressive base running. That could go back to getting hit by the pitch. You know, only 1 stolen base off Chris Sale in 3 attempts. Most of that, I'm sure, coming with a guy at first base where the left-handed pitcher has the advantage. But at second, Geyer said, hey, listen, perfect opportunity to try to get over to third, and got there.
And a foul ball back. Longoria battling that pitch in on him at 97.
And I saw a stat the other day on Chris Sale that said his 2-strike fastball. 2-strike fastball averages 96.5, and that's what we've seen.
Yeah, we have seen that in all 3 strikeouts today. And now a cut and a miss. Longoria out on a slider. Strikeout number 4.
This is the A+ elite slider. Saw one earlier. This is the one that gets the depth. Look how late that breaks. Sweeps with a little bit of depth, and Evan Longoria just cannot reach it.
Yeah, we saw that Frisbee type earlier. This is not a Frisbee by any means.
No. Frisbee to get a strike, that one to put you away.
Now Forsythe, and he takes a pitch on the outer part of the plate for a strike, a changeup. With Isania behind the plate, if he's going to give a strike off the plate, it's probably going to be off that corner with a right-handed hitter up there. History shows. And this one way wide, so the count is 1-1. And Isania has given a couple of those today.
Yeah, and I mean, you talk about an added benefit for Chris Sale that is unnecessary. That would be one.
Now it's 1-2. Boy, just a great delivery on the changeup. I mean, you're going to have a guy throws 96, 97, and then gives you the same look, and it's 86.
When Rays hitters don't swing, you almost have to peek at the velocity because you're like, are you sure? And
swing and a miss, comes back then, right back to 96. Rays lead 2. They're down 1-0 through 3.
Nothing as we head to the 4th inning. Some good news today for Odorizzi, who was lifted from that game a week ago Friday in Seattle, 9 days ago. Today, for the first time since that start, he throws a baseball. Not just sock toss. He did toss a few socks before he actually threw 25 pitches, having a little catch in the outfield. Guys, this is a much less severe oblique strain than what Alex Cobb went through last year when he was shelved for 6 weeks. The fact that he is throwing a baseball today, just 9 days removed, he said he does not feel it anymore in his day-to-day activities. Felt the oblique a little bit there in the 4 to 5 day range after the injury, but it's about as mild an oblique strain, and they can be tricky, as you can have. So good news for Odorizzi, guys.
Yeah, that's great news. Want to know the count to Avisail Garcia. Bounces one foul. It's 1-1. Great news, not only because you want to see Odorizzi back, but he's a guy who can pitch deep into games, and we've started to see, I think, that bullpen, which has been so busy, we started to see the human side of the bullpen. I mean, they have been superhuman, but you know, you got to get a break once in a while, and having Odorizzi back maybe sooner than they initially thought, was, you know, they don't rush things around here for good reason, but that's great news.
Yeah, he was one of your horses. I mean, between Odorizzi and Archer, those are the guys that you were counting on to get you into that 7-inning range. And Jake had done such a great job. You know, this was a guy that last year averaged just over 5 1/3 innings. And he put some weight on in the offseason, came into spring training with the idea, I want to be stronger. I want to be stronger for the length of the season. I want to be stronger in game to pitch deeper. And boy, did he ever make that jump. And he was one of those guys you counted on. And you're right. You keep the bullpen on that kind of workload, And by August, these guys are just going to be sucking fumes.
I mean, you can rotate pitchers and use every pitcher in the organization, and they've been forced, it seems, to do that.
Yep.
But you're going to need some innings from somewhere. And, boy, when he went out in that game, boy, there was concern without question. And to have him, number one, just to see him smile the way he did in that little game of catch out there, boy, that's great.
Well, look where he's at, the earned run average. You know, so it's not only just about getting deep in innings, they're quality innings.
2 balls and a strike to Melky Cabrera. Well, the Rays right now lead the American League in innings pitched out of the bullpen. Surprise, surprise.
Right.
It's a base hit the other way. Butler toward the corner with a backhanded stop to hold Cabrera to a single. It's 5 hits now for the White Sox. And it's Gordon Beckham. Into the dirt. A wild pitch skips by Rivera. Up to second base goes Cabrera.
Well, this is a pitch gone horribly awry here by Nathan Carnes. And you know what? That right there, my friend, looked to be a slider grip and slider spin. That was not the spike curveball. That was not the fastball.
Take another look at that. I think you're right on.
Well, you know, it's fastball, curveball, changeup with Nathan Carnes. That was either almost maybe he was cutting a fastball. He's on the side of it. And that's definitely side spin. So that could have been either an aborted slider or a cutter.
That's a strike. It's 1-1. Well, you slow that down, and the ball did exactly what it was supposed to do there in terms of where it was. I mean, you talk about throwing it right into the dirt. That's where it was headed, and that's where it went.
Missed the cutoff, man.
The pop up straight back, and that's going to be out of play. That ball came close to our high home cameraman. Jimmy okay over there?
He's wiping his forehead.
Look at that.
There he is.
Good, he's safe. 1-2 now to Beckham. And a foul tip strikeout takes care of the White Sox third baseman. 2 outs here in the fourth. Rays Flex Packs now come with one of 8 great gifts of your choice. They start at just $59. Rays Flex Packs allow you to choose any 3, 6, or 9 games with no blackout dates. Plus, get half off parking when using the funds loaded to your Rays card. For details, visit RaysBaseball.com or call 888-FAN-RAYS. Carlos Sanchez, the difference in this game right now. His single drove in Beckham back in the second. The ball, no strikes. Strike. Sanchez, known for his good glove work through the White Sox minor league system, trying to show them that he can hit enough to play every day in the major leagues.
Well, that's something that he's been able to do, you know, through the minors. It's not come easy for him at the major league level. But you're right. You'd like to get something offensively out of him to go along with that great defensive work. You'd have yourself the second baseman of the future.
Carnes ahead of him, 1-2. And he got him. Struck him out swinging on the fastball. 3 strikeouts in the inning around the 1 hit. Steven Souza Jr. is going to open the bottom of the 4th. The Rays are down by a run. Facebook, post a tweet, and take a selfie. Saturday, July 11th, when the Rays take on the Astros. Purchase a social media night special ticket package and receive a Rays selfie stick. For tickets, visit RaysBaseball.com/special events. Steven Souza Jr. takes the first pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. Rays facing Chris Sale. 1-2. Five strikeouts for Sale through the first 3 innings. And a comeback here this time. Sale's toss over to Abreu at first.
The shortstop, Cabrera.
Well, he's used that fastball on most of his strikeouts. He got Longoria on a slider and finished the other hitters off with the fastball. But boy, that changeup has been certainly evident today and effective for him.
It really has, because it's set up that fastball. You know, Chris Sale and his strikeouts have been trending in that direction. More and more, they're coming off of the fastball and facing mostly all right-handed lineups. I mean, that's how teams are going to approach him for the most part. That changeup, boom, boom, and then all of a sudden rushing up that 96, 97 with 2 strikes. It's no wonder that that's the formula.
1-1 with Cabrera.
And you always have to account for that slider too, as you know, he was able to strike out Evan Longoria on that pitch. So there's just elite weapons here, and so as a hitter, you're up there just really hoping for a mistake.
You know, here's Cabrera. The first pitch was a fastball, threw it right by him, and then he came with the changeup away off the plate for a ball. He came back with the fastball, and Cabrera just trying to get the bat somewhere, and he pops this one up off the fastball. That's Sanchez. 2 gone.
And did you see where that pitch was meant to be? Now that ball ended out over the plate, but Chris Sale is recognizing exactly what you're talking about, and that's the fastball he's not catching up to. So guess what? I'll come in with it. A fastball in, your swing has to be even quicker than it does on a pitch away. So if you're having trouble with the fastball away, well, if I come in, you have no chance. That ball didn't get there, but that was the idea. And that was because he's recognizing exactly what you're talking about.
Jake Elmore takes a fastball for a strike.
And you think about a ball away from you where you have to get the barrel of the bat to hit it. Not that far out. A ball that's in, where you got to get the hands through and the barrel to the baseball. You've got to be that much quicker. And at that velocity, if you're even a little bit tardy on stuff away, no shot.
Well, 2-1. That frisbee sort of slider that was out of the zone. He's fun to watch pitch if he's not pitching against you.
Yeah, right.
3-1, a fastball away. And now a full count on that pitch out there.
So you're going to start pitching now. With his stuff, you're going to go 3-1 changeup.
And maybe get a little bit of an expanded plate out there, too, once in a while. And then there's that fastball in that Elmore just trying to stay alive against.
And tip your hat to Jake Elmore. He sees the 3-1 changeup, 83. Oh, then here comes that 96, 97 heater. And you know what? He fought it off.
And he's out on strikes this time. 96 again on the strikeout pitch. 1-0 Chicago. With 6 strikeouts, he gave up a run in the second inning, and that's been about it.
Yeah, other than that, he's thrown the ball very well. We've seen the fastball, the curveball, the changeup has played a bigger role in today's game plan, which we thought that it would. And he's been effective. The problem is the guy on the other side hasn't given up anything, and he's pitched out of 2 jams.
Tyler Flowers, the catcher, number 9 hitter, leads off for the White Sox. First pitch is a strike. Carnes with those 6 strikeouts, 4 on the fastball, a couple on changeups. Tapper foul. And he's ahead of Flowers, 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, 2 low, said the plate umpire, Dan Sonia.
Well, this is where you could come with that fastball up. We know that Tyler Flowers will chase the heater up in the zone. You got a chance to go to it here.
And he goes up there, and a check by Flowers.
That was the right call. That was the right pitch. You could see it being set up with that curveball, but that's just too high. That's chin high.
Foul out of play on a breaking pitch.
You can see how those 2 pitches complement each other. The way that they're being used right here. Now, that wasn't his best curveball, and that's why Flowers was able to foul it off. But you can use the fastball to set up the hook. You can use that hook to then set up the elevated heater. They go hand in hand.
And a miss low. And a full count on the 9th place hitter. Look out, there goes the bat on a swing and a miss. Fastball got him swinging, and that bat helicoptering into the stands. And everybody's okay.
One gentleman down there took that right in the chest and then didn't end up with it.
Yep. Got his arms out.
I mean, he played it properly.
He did.
But didn't seal the deal.
Eaton fouls the first pitch out of play. Well, good technique.
Tremendous technique. Even a better shirt.
You're noticing the shirt.
Well, how could you not? We did get 2 good looks at it. Just hit rewind, everybody, with the DVR. Take a peek.
It's 1-1. Eaton opened the game with a base hit. One ball, 2 strikes. Headed up the middle, single into center, and Eaton is aboard. And there's some speed aboard here with 1 out. Well, the homestand continues tomorrow, and here's what's coming up on Rays Live. The pregame show presented by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. We'll hear from the Rays starting pitcher Erasmo Ramirez, and Orestes will be breaking down Bryce Harper, the Washington slugger. You see he is 2nd in home runs in the National League. Runs batted in and 1st in slugging percentage. Our coverage tomorrow begins at 6:30, so a jump back into interleague play for a short interlude. Alexi Ramirez up here. He singled and stole 2nd in the 3rd. One ball, no strikes. To first, Eaton back in. 2-0 the count. On the outside corner. Rays are going to see the Nationals here for a couple games and then go to Washington immediately following that 2-game set to play them up there.
It's going to feel like a playoff series. You know, a little home and home.
Bryce Harper hit by a pitch yesterday, and they do not have him in the lineup today. You wonder how long that can linger.
And already, if you look at the pitching matchups, you're going to miss Max Scherzer.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. That should be a fun series.
Runner takes off, and the pitch skied toward the right field corner. That ball is foul. Hit the low sidewall, and so did Souza Jr. Trying to slow down. So the count will go to 3-2. With Washington on the horizon. You see in the National League East, they right now stand a half game back. Playing the Brewers today. They're at 32-30, a half game back of the Mets in the National League East. Runner goes again, and the pitch is foul. So Eaton breaking on the last 3-2 pitches to Ramirez, with one out here in the 5th. And a shot down to second, nothing going there. And the play at first, Eaton was breaking, and Cabrera at shortstop could not get to second base. So he just, when Forsythe looked over there, he just pointed to first.
Well, I mean, the ball was sharply hit. They would not have been able to do anything there anyway, but you just wonder, with the breaking of Adam Eaton, who was covering second? It wasn't Cabrera.
No.
Forsythe fielded the ground ball. I think Logan was headed that way and stopped in his tracks. That ball was hit hard.
Somebody's got to give directions out there. So yeah, 2 outs with Eaton at second now.
Don't look at me. I'm good right here. You go over to first. We'll work from there.
Well, now they'll face Jose Abreu with a man in scoring position, and he gets even better if you put somebody out there at second or third. He's hitting .378 with men in scoring position. The curveball stays in and up. 1-0.
The way that this game is trending, you know, tough to score off a Sale, had a couple opportunities. He's tightened things up. It's a one-run game. You got to pitch to Abreu here. Every pitch has got to be basically an 0-2 type delivery. You not give him anything in this situation.
One is outside, another breaking ball. There's one in there for a strike. 3 straight breaking pitches. Broken bat, a soft liner caught by Elmore, breaking away from first. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 1-0 Chicago. The Rays coming in tied with the Yankees for first in the East. They're trailing the White Sox 1-0, and Nick Franklin will open the bottom of the 5th. Swinging and missing. Strike 1. Franklin a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. And he's down in the count 0-2.
Did you see where that pitch started? That's borderline unfair.
And the cut and the miss. Franklin out on 3 pitches. 7th strikeout for Chris Sale. Rays have had a couple chances here, and Sale took charge.
Well, none better than the first when he, first and second, nobody out. A strikeout of Evan Longoria, a pop up to Logan Forsythe. That was, by the way, on a full count changeup. He would end up getting out of that inning, and then first and second with 1 out. A slider down gets Evan Longoria on the strikeout, and then a powered fastball by Logan Forsythe. So it's been frustrating for the Rays offense.
Rene Rivera pops it up on a change. It's caught in left field by Ramirez. So 4 pitches and 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That comes on the heels of a 22-pitch top of the 5th for Carnes. He just got into the dugout, and suddenly there are 2 outs. Brandon Guyer. He has a hit and has been hit by a pitch. There's a strike. Reaching and fouls it out of play. 0-2. Guyer dropped a base hit into center field in the 1st inning. That's the only hit the Rays have had. Guyer and Butler each have reached twice. Guyer singled and has been hit by a pitch. Butler walked and was aboard on an error his last time. Guyer battling, fouls off a fastball. Only the Cardinals The Dodgers and the Astros have more wins than the Rays right now. And a swing and a miss. Geyer is out on strikes. That's number 8. 1-0 Chicago. By H.H. Gregg. Top brands, low prices, fast delivery. Gregg's got it. And by Florida Department of Transportation. Reminds you to drive sober or get pulled over. Little series on this homestand for the Rays. We go to the 6th inning. Adam LaRoche will lead off, and the big shift is on for him. He has twice struck out, and the pitch is upstairs. He was called out on strikes in the 1st inning and then struck out swinging in the 4th. One and one. Missed the curveball.
Nice to have that kind of a weapon to get back into a count. It always helps when you can go to your secondary pitches when behind.
One and two. Well, off speed.
That was a good change up there. And that's what you do. We talk about, making hitters uncomfortable. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. Coming with curveballs and changeups when you're even behind in the count is another way to do that. And then he takes that.
And it's strike 3 call, a fastball.
That's called pitching backwards. You fall behind, hook, changeup, get him thinking, okay, well, if he did that to get back to the count 1 and 2, probably going to see another hook. You get locked up by the heater at the knees away.
It's 8 strikeouts for Carnes. That'll be Garcia. Chops it to 3rd. Reaching down Longoria for the pickup and throw. And a couple quick outs in the 6th.
Number 53, Melky Cabrera.
So Carnes closing in on 100 pitches. Up to 96 right now. And Melky Cabrera, who has one of the Chicago hits, he's 1 for 2, will bat with the bases empty and two outs. One strike. Fly ball toward the line in left. Butler in a hurry, and he can't get there. That's going to be a fair ball. Cabrera's going to go to second and stop with a double.
Well, that ball was up there for a long time, and Joey Butler trying to get there as best he can. The backhand ends up about a foot short, and that ball maybe foot and a half fair.
Sixth double of the year for Cabrera, and suddenly with 2 outs, a scoring opportunity for Chicago. And Gordon Beckham, who has scored the only run of the day, is the hitter. He doubled with 1 out in the second inning. Scored on the base hit by Sanchez. And he takes the fastball for a strike. Just a bit low with that one. Pretty close. It's 1-1. There's C.J. Riepenhauser up in the Rays bullpen. Two balls and a strike. Barnes just over 100 pitches. He threw 106 against the Angels his last time, and his high was against Texas earlier this year in early May. 117 pitches in that game. Tries the curveball. It's ball 3. So now he's behind Beckham, 3-1. It's Sanchez who has the only run batted in today on deck. It's a foul ball. Fastball on the 3-1 count. Beckham went after it, fouling it.
It'll be interesting to see what he comes with here. Struck him out on a changeup. First at bat, he took that good curveball with 2 strikes before lining a fastball down into the corner. Rene Rivera trying to encourage.
Ground ball to third. Longoria on the move, makes the throw to first. White Sox leave a man at second. We're headed into the bottom half of the 6th. It'll be Joey Butler to lead off, then Longoria and Forsythe. for your Rays All-Stars. Vote 35 times on the 2015 Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot at RaysBaseball.com. Vote early and vote often. Help select the starting lineups for the 2015 All-Star Game. Bottom of the 6th underway with Joey Butler taking a slider for ball 1. Out of play. The Toronto Blue Jays have scored 6 in the top of the 4th at Fenway. They have a 6-0 lead on the Red Sox. Marco Estrada pitching for Toronto. Blue Jays have won 10 in a row. 2-1 to Butler. Twice today, Butler has reached, once on the walk and once on the error. And he is out in front. It's 2-2. Well, the changeup has been so good for Sale. And now he follows that up with the hard stuff at 96 and picks up his 9th strikeout.
How many times have we seen that combination here today? The changeup to get to 2 strikes to set up the fastball that he just is able to power by these hitters. Those 2 pitches are so similar, and the arm speed is indistinguishable on both of those pitches, but the difference is 83, 96, 97.
There's Evan Longoria outside. The Rays have left 4 men on base. They have a hit, a walk, a hit batter, and a runner reaching on an error. Pitch popped into shallow right. Garcia, a long run, but gets there. 2 gone.
Number 11, Logan Forsythe.
Now Logan Forsythe. Forsythe has fouled out to first and struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. That was on a fastball. Sales starts him with a strike off speed. Sale with 14 strikeouts his last time. He's had 4 consecutive double-figure strikeout games. Nine strikeouts in this game. One ball, 2 strikes. Sale had 10 strikeouts in a 4-3 loss to the Twins on the 23rd of May. And since then, wins over Baltimore, Houston twice, one in Chicago and one in Houston. And he strikes out Forsythe looking on a slider. That's strikeout number 10. 8 strikeouts and only 1 walk, 1 run on 7 hits. So a very good outing for Carnes. It's his second highest strikeout total of the year. He had 9 back on the 8th of May against the Texas Rangers, and today will depart with 8 strikeouts and trailing 1-0. So he was very good. C.J. Riefenhauser was recently back active, and he's on to face Carlos Sanchez here in the 7th. First pitch is a strike. Sanchez now hitting right-handed against the lefty. It's 1-1. The run for Chicago came in the 2nd inning on a 1-out double by Beckham and a base hit by Sanchez. It's 2-1. So Sanchez right now the difference in this game with the RBI single in the 2nd. Down to short. It's Cabrera. 1 away in the 7th. The Rays have further action in their bullpen. Steve Geltz, the right-hander, is throwing, and now joined by Eddie Romero. And the hitter is the catcher Tyler Flowers. Which is a strike. Riefenhauser was with the Rays from about the middle of April toward the end of May. He had some inflammation in his left shoulder that put him on the DL. Flowers out in front of a changeup, and it's 0-2. This appearance right here, his 10th in the major leagues. One ball, 2 strikes. Two and 2. Riefenhauser came off the DL, was optioned to Durham.
Well, he's become part of that rotation of getting guys up here, guys that can give you some outs out of that bullpen because of the workload that they've been under.
Fly ball short center. Geyer coming on. It's going to fall for a base hit. Flowers on the 2-2 changeup drops it in front of Geyer.
And that's exactly what he did. A good pitch there by Riefenhauser, and Tyler Flowers goes off right off the end of the bat. And this little flare, Brandon Geyer not able to get there, and that harmlessly falls in front of him. And we'll see how harmless it was. Can't afford to give the White Sox much more than this.
Rays hoping that it indeed will be harmless as the White Sox swing back around to the top of their order. Adam Eaton bunted through that one for a strike. So Eaton trying to put down the bunt to move the inning along. Eaton had a bunt single in the 5th inning of Friday's game, and that led to a run. Fouls it back, and now it's 0-2. In fact, that was in a similar situation as this one, with a man at first and 1 out when he put down the bunt. Now down 2 strikes. anytime the White Sox put a man on base, it's a major issue with the way Chris Sale is pitching today with this 1-0 lead.
You know, usually your margin for error with a pitcher like Sale, especially the way he's throwing the ball now, is slim. It may be none at this point. He's been that good.
Chopper to the left side. Cabrera is going to get the force. A nice play. Cabrera had a little extra time with the catcher. Flowers going down to second. Nevertheless, a very nice defensive play by Cabrera.
Well, he had to scramble to his right on that chopper deep in the hole. Boy, it was well placed by Eaton, but you're right. He gets there, jump throw. Forsythe ready to accept it, and they get the force out.
Jim Hickey out there with Alexei Ramirez due up. So Eaton's at first.
The shortstop, Alexei Ramirez.
And with Eaton, who has the ability to steal a base, on at first base, the Rays have the lefty Riefenhauser stay on, with Ramirez coming up.
So you got to be careful here with Alexei Ramirez. He will be aggressive, got a big swing, looks to pull with power early, will go the other way later in the count.
And Riefenhauser with a toss to first.
That's the built-in advantage of a left-handed pitcher. When it comes to controlling the running game, you're looking right at the guy, whoever it may be, in this case Adam Eaton.
Pitch is a strike. And at the knees. He's gone. Swing and a miss, and the throw down is in time. A perfect peg by Rivera. Boy, he put that one right on the bag. And Eaton is caught stealing. Top half of the 7th inning is over. Take a look at that. Forsythe put the tag on him. 7th inning stretch time. It's 1-0. Chris Sale and Nathan Carnes hooked up in this one. Our game summary brought to you by the Golden Diamond Source. Sale with 6 innings, 10 strikeouts and a walk. Rays about to come in to hit in the bottom of the 7th. Nathan Carnes worked 6, struck out 8.
Well, Chris Sale's had everything working. Fastballs to both sides, the slider, the changeup. He's really used that combination of that changeup and then the fastball in the mid to upper 90s. And the slider, as the game has gone on, has gotten more sharp. Better break, better depth. And I'll tell you, he just continues to get better as this game moves along. But how about the job that Nathan Carnes did? You know, we talked early in the ball game about how every time he goes out there, he keeps his team in the game, gives you a chance to win. 6 strong innings.
Steven Souza Jr. leads off the 7th for the Rays. He's going to try to bunt. 11 in a row retired by Chris Sale since Butler reached on Beckham's error back in the 3rd. 11 straight, 7 of those on strikeouts. 10 strikeouts on the afternoon. Long one, but it's going to be foul. Well foul down the left side. Out in front of the changeup. And it's 0-2.
Oh, we know it's coming here. Go ahead and dial it up. You know, if you've been following along with what Sale's been doing, if you're Souza Jr., that's exactly what you're looking for. You react to anything else, but you got to be ready for 96, 97 here.
And it's strike call on the inside corner.
Okay.
Well, that would be 98. And I'm guessing that first pitch was a ball.
Must have been a ball.
This one up.
Well, then
And
check
he reached
that.
99 there.
If it was 1-1, then you wouldn't be necessarily gearing up for that heater after the changeup. But he missed with one there, and now it's back to 2-2.
And it's too low. So a full count. And there is ball 4. Souza reaches. That snaps the streak of 11 in a row. Second walk given up by Sale.
Souza Jr., those last 2 takes, very good. The slider down, that changeup down and away. He takes it with confidence. You hope. Picks up a walk here. Leadoff man. 1-run game.
So that's 100 pitches for Chris Sale. And as Drupal Cabrera becomes the hitter with a move to first on Souza.
Well, Chris Sale has had 7 straight starts of at least 109 pitches, and his pitch numbers the last 3: 120, 112, 119. He is a horse.
1-0 the count to Cabrera. Starting to get some action. Petrichka just now loosening in the bullpen. One ball, 1 strike. Rays have no runs and 1 hit. A couple of walks, a hit batter. 1 man reached on an error. And a high fly ball back into left field. Cabrera's going to go to the wall. That's going to get out of here. Home run for Cabrera. And the Rays take a 2-1 lead. As Drupal Cabrera hits his 3rd home run of the year. And it's 2-1 Tampa Bay.
Well, Yeah, he has come after Cabrera with the fastball all day long, and this time Cabrera laying in wait, and he gets to it. Get it started early, shorten the stroke, shorten the stride, and he knew it. He knew it.
A pitch fouled back by Elmore. Cabrera hitting his 3rd home run of the year, his first from the right side. And boy, what a time for it, following the walk drawn by Souza Jr. As Drupal Cabrera hits one into the seats in left field. Only the 2nd hit of the day for the Rays, and they now lead 2-1. One and 2 to Elmore. The looper into left center. That's going to fall for a base hit. And Elmore is aboard. Walk, home run, and a single for the Rays in the 7th inning.
Now the leadoff walk. Leadoff walk. Cabrera again. That fastball, and like I said, Sale had been going after him with that pitch all afternoon long. And he got the head out, and he gave the Rays the lead that quick.
You know, he got him with a fastball 3-2 in the 2nd inning at 96. He popped him up on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. At 94, Cabrera hit it out. And here is Nick Franklin with a man at first and nobody out.
Well, and you know, if the guy's already gotten you with a fastball, you know, he's not, there's no, you just know that that's what he's going to come with. So you're like, I'm getting it started. You're not getting me again. And then the fact that it's a mile an hour, 2 miles an hour back from that, the head is out, the head is in front. Solid contact, and Chris Sale's doing a lot of the work there with the heater. And just that quickly.
2-0 the count to Franklin, and here comes Don Cooper, the pitching coach, out.
Well, and did you see Chris Sale catch that ball from Tyler Flowers, that toss back barehanded? That's a frustrated, angry pitcher when you get guys doing that. He was in control of this ball game. A leadoff walk, Cabrera gets him, another base hit. He is fuming right now. But you know what? The Rays are not even in this position if not for the work of Nathan Carnes all afternoon, and then C.J. Riefenhauser for the last inning. Pitching kept them close, gave them a chance to do this. Now they got to finish.
So it's 2-0 on Nick Franklin. One. The changeup has been such a good pitch for Sale. And behind in the count to Franklin, he got the first strike with it. And now evens the count with a fastball. The count goes to 3-2. Big home run by Asdrubal Cabrera in the bottom of the 7th to give the Rays a 2-1 lead. And a swing and a miss. Franklin missed the fastball on that one at 97. The 11th strikeout of the day for Sale. How about this? The Rays are 9th in the league, in the American League, in home runs, but against left-handed starting pitchers, they top the list in the majors. 18 home runs against left-handed starters for the Rays.
Well, they've had a steady diet of them over the last week and a half or so. Had 4 in a row on that last road trip. They've been getting some good looks. And you know, as a team, against left-handed pitching, against the starters, but just left-handed pitching, they hit almost 10 points higher as a team. flexing their muscles too.
Ball, no strikes to Rivera. And he did go. It's 1-1. You know, that home run by Cabrera was not the first he's hit off Sale. That's his second career home run. And gives him now 9 of 37 against him, so he has some hits against him and a couple home runs and a big one here in the 7th. 1-2. One on with one out. The right side foul. Still 1-2. Steve Geltz up in the bullpen. Pitch is high. It's 2-2. Foul ball on the high fastball at 96. Still humming right along with 96 here. This pitch 119.
You can almost see the smoke coming out of the nostrils. I mean, the body language, they're just so angry at what is going on this inning.
And a swing and a miss. So Rivera is out on strikes on the change after a fastball at 96.
And at 120 pitches, there's not even a thought to go out and get him.
Well, you know, when he was upset and Cooper went to the mound, he had to redirect him, and he said, look, settle down, you get through this inning and we'll take care of business in the next inning, give you a chance, but you got to finish this inning. And so that's what they're banking on. Runner goes, pitch high, throw, safe, the call at second base. Gabe Morales on the call.
Oh, the throw is high. Now, they had a chance to get Elmore, but watch the throw. The throw's high, and he's going to sneak in. It's close. Real close. He's in there.
So it's a stolen base for Elmore, his first. 1-0 the count. Geyer up here. Geyer with a single. He's been hit by a pitch and has struck out. Well, the Rays stay aggressive. And that's a no pitch. Bullpen ball loose from the Rays bullpen. Sale with 121 pitches. And that's his season's high.
And that one doesn't even count. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So
pitch is down. 2-0. 127 is his career high.
But you don't hear numbers like that anymore.
Stairs. And he's not happy now. Boy, he is really having a battle with the Rays and himself out there.
Yeah, it's tough to pitch this angry. I mean, you can be driven, motivated, and all that, but when you get to be this visibly upset, it's tough.
It's a strike. 3-1. Upstairs for ball 4. And that's going to be it. So the walk Geyer heads to first. Mark Parrott comes out to make the pitching change. We'll be back in a moment. Seventh inning. There's another story. Continued to pitch well, but the Rays got to him for two.
Well, early on, it was all Chris Sale. A couple of jams, but he really, toughened up, was able to get out of the jams, and then after a leadoff walk in that seventh inning, there you go. A fastball, and as Drupal Cabrera tells you right there, he knew that baby was gone, and he continued to simmer throughout that inning and got pulled out of that game. And when he walked into that dugout, his teammates parted like the Red Sea. We'll get to you later, because they know they've got a pitcher right now that is fuming.
Yeah, we did see previous to this situation 2 or 3 4 series ago. Don't need to go into names, but we did see a pitcher who did not have a good outing and go into the dugout high-fiving everybody, which just doesn't make any sense.
Making a point.
This makes all the sense in the world, because a great performance, a great competitor in Sale, and he was just seething. And what else should he be doing?
Yeah, well, we couldn't even believe what we were seeing. I mean, this was a pitcher that was in complete control of a ball game. Okay, had a lead and goes out, has an implosion, and is all too happy to be playing, handshake city with everybody in the dugout. It's one thing to go in there, your teammates come up to you and slap you on the back and say, hey man, next time or whatever, but this is how you should feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And not the case today.
No.
I mean, you have to respect that.
You absolutely. It's a competitor. This is the highest level of baseball.
Petrichka comes in to strike out Butler, looking to end the inning. The Rays get 2 runs on one swing of the bat by Asdrubal Cabrera. We're at the end of 7. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay. 2000, the Devil Rays enjoy back-to-back walk-off wins for the first time in club history, beating the Angels 3-2 on Fred McGriff's 3-run homer in the ninth off Troy Percival. And the next night, Russ Johnson's RBI single lifted Tampa Bay to a 2-1 victory.
Devil Rays on fire. How about that?
It's a hot time. Steve Geltz, the new Rays pitcher, as we go to the 8th. On for the 28th time. Geltz 1-2 with a 273. And he's facing Alexi Ramirez. Pitch is upstairs. So Cards for 6. There's Kiermaier now in center field. Geyer moves over to left. There's a strike. Two balls and a strike. Geltz worked an inning in the first game of this series Friday. It's 2-1 with Ramirez. Pop-up foul goes out of play, and it's 2-2. Chris Sale worked 6 2/3, and that Sale once the inning was over.
What do you think is going to happen there?
Yeah, he's not taking batting practice. At least not with the baseball. He'll take a few extra swings.
You can understand the frustration, and you appreciate the competitive drive that he has. That's the kind of guy you want to be a teammate with.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see anyone as upset as he is in any case. But you certainly respect the competitive nature that drives that all day long. I mean, I was going to say, well, you really like to see it, and in a weird way, you do like to see it. You don't want to see anybody suffer, but you understand that feeling. Ground ball to short. Cabrera makes that play, and the throw to Elmore, so Ramirez is out of there. I mean, that's part of the intensity of this game, and so often the game, with the ebb and flow of the pacing of the game, you don't always see that. It's there on every pitch. You don't see it demonstrated, and there was some intensity and anger and disappointment and frustration, all those things for Chris Sale in the bottom of the 7th. I guess what we're both trying to say is that you respect that.
No question.
Here's Jose Abreu. Pitch is a strike. Geltz got Ramirez, and now he faces the big bat of Jose Abreu with Adam LaRoche on deck. Ground ball shortstop. Cabrera makes this play, and a good play at first by Elmore. Boy, Elmore the last couple nights at first base has picked up Cabrera on a couple of tosses and made 2 or 3, maybe 4 really good plays over there.
Well, you put him over there, and Jake Elmore certainly over the last few games has earned his paycheck. Some of these scoops, it's not an easy one either. The backhand, almost an in-between hop.
I keep going back to the time that Tom Foley worked with him and didn't make throws like that. He used a little fungo bat with a little sharpness to him, and he was making the same kind of backhanded scoops then.
Well, and you'll do that, first of all, just to stand out there and throw balls all day.
Your
Tom
arm will
Foley's
fall
saying,
off.
yeah, forget that. and Tom Foley's good with the fungo. And if you've seen him, I mean, he can, like a surgeon with that thing. And so, yeah, you hit him some 1-hoppers, 2-hoppers. They got a little steam on them.
1-1 to count to Adam LaRoche.
paying off.
You like to see it. Hard work pays off. Off speed. It's Dale Scott saying he held up. 2-1. Zach Duke in the bullpen for Chicago. It's 2-2. Off speed again. And strike 3 call. 4th strikeout of the day for LaRoche. 3 looking. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with the Rays leading 2-1. Photo Sunday brought to you by H.H. Gregg. Submit the best photo of you and your family at a Rays game, or watching a Rays game for that matter, by using the hashtag SundayFunDayRays. We'll select the best photo and feature it in the post-game show. Zach Duke, the new pitcher. Leading off for the Rays is Evan Longoria. The pitch is a strike. Forsythe will be next, then Souza Jr. Chop toward the middle. That's going to be a tough play and slips through.
Complete miscommunication. Complete miscommunication between Sanchez and Alexi Ramirez. As that ball's going up the middle, it looked like Sanchez was going to cut in front. Then he almost gives way to Ramirez, and nobody takes charge. Both of them almost peeling away from that ground ball.
That one last futile jab with the glove by Sanchez. Too late by then. And now it's Logan Forsythe. Pitch is down. Well, this outing for Sale, he worked 6 2/3. And the last outing, and this is last 7th in that stretch, so he had 6 consecutive outings of pitching at least 7 innings. Popping away here from Flowers for ball 2. 2-0. Sale finishes with 12 strikeouts, so he has a run of 10, 12, 13, 14, and now 12. 3-0. So that gives him a stretch of 12 or more strikeouts in 4 consecutive starts. And the last pitcher to do that was Pedro Martinez in 2001. And that's a strike. Boy, that ball elusive there. Flowers.
We had two pitches in this sequence. Flowers is boxed. These pitches here from Zach Duke may not be moving as quickly as Flowers has been used to today from a lefty.
It's out of play.
A little bit of rhythm and timing off.
26th appearance for Duke. Yeah, he averages about 89 or so. Will hit 90, maybe 91. Forsythe fouls it to stay alive. Sailed for 6 2/3. Petrichka third. He picked up a strikeout. Longoria aboard with a base hit. Fouled again, out of play. Well, the Rays trying to cash in on a leadoff base hit. See if they can't add to what is a 1-run lead right now. Base hit the other way. Longoria advances to second. Skipping a little rope to get out of the way of that one as Forsythe picks up a single.
I don't want to take a hit away from a teammate, but Zach Duke stays away, and Logan Forsythe just pokes that ball the other way. Got a lot of room. Get up over top of it. Now first and second.
Well, the Red Sox at Fenway found themselves down 10-0. Scored 5 in the bottom of the 5th. They're now hitting in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing the Blue Jays 10-5. Now Steven Souza Jr. Souza opened the 7th with a walk. Fouls the first pitch into the screen for a strike. One and one. Guerra up in the bullpen. One and one to count to Souza Jr. Runners are going to go, and the ball hit on the ground is short. Ramirez Sanchez won, and Souza grounds into the double play with Longoria headed over to third.
Shortstop, number 13, Asdrubal Cabrera.
Souza grounds into 2. Coming up on Rays Live, the postgame presented by Checkers. Todd DeRestas anchors the coverage from the perch in left field. Kevin Cash will have his press conference per normal. And Emily Austin will have interviews from the clubhouse. Man at third, 2 outs, and here's Asdrubal Cabrera. Pitch is down. 1-0. Tapper foul. Cabrera connected on a 1-1 pitch against Sale in the 7th. Broke up somebody's lunch out there.
Well, if it was a Rays fan, they probably don't mind ultimately if they got the ball.
Fair exchange. And a pop up this time, short center. Eaton coming in, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Rays leave a man. We go to the 9th, 2-1, Tampa Bay. To KubotaDealers.com and by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. Well, the Rays cruise into the 9th inning here, holding a 2-1 lead. And they call upon Kevin Jepson with Garcia, Cabrera, and Beckham due up for Chicago.
26 1/3 innings of work in 29 games for Kevin Jepson. Opponent's average of 219. And the most important number right here, 3 more outs.
Well, Jepson making his first appearance of this series. He worked Thursday against the Yankees. And here's Avisail Garcia. Pitch outside, 1-0. Popped up, right side, foul ball will be playable. And Elmore makes the catch. 1 out in the 9th.
Left fielder, Melky Cabrera.
And now Melky Cabrera. strike to Cabrera. Red Sox still hitting in the bottom of the 6th, trailing the Blue Jays 10-5. Blue Jays have Dennis Tupera pitching in that game, a right-hander out of Sam Houston State. One hopper. Cabrera up with it. That takes care of Melky Cabrera. Asdrubal Cabrera to Jake Elmore to retire Melky Cabrera. And 2 gone in the ninth.
How soft are Asdrubal Cabrera's hands? I mean, quick there as he flashes the leather, but we're just so impressed with how quick and soft his hands are making these plays. Taking a little extra time. That throw right on the money. 1 out away. Look at the outfield. Look at Brandon Guyer moving in tandem. Everybody flowing to the baseball.
Well, Gordon Beckham is due, and Connor Gillespie is going to pinch hit. He hit the pinch hit home run in last night's game in the 8th inning. At the time caused the Rays some consternation. They came back and won that game 5-4. And it's Gillespie to pinch hit in the 9th inning with 2 outs this afternoon. Gillespie down on the count 0-2 when he hit the fastball out for a 2-run home run in the 8th. And he's down 0-2 again, this time with curveball.
How about the bend in that thing? Dirty.
A 2-strike count as Gibson tries to close it out. The Rays going for the sweep. And they get it. Swing and a miss. That's going to end it. Rivera put the tag on Gillespie. And the Rays sweep the White Sox, coming back to win this one on a 2-run home run in the